Hi, welcome to Fire Engineering Training Minutes. I'm Dan Doyle, and today's topic of discussion is tactical nozzle. In today's fire service, we all work in staffing-stricken environments. Even though you might show up on the fire ground with multiple people and multiple apparatus, typically the long and short of it is, after all the tasks are completed, there's only one or two people that remain at the tip of the hose line or wandering back and forth in the backup position and a nozzle position. What we're going to try to do today is cover a couple things, both how to position on the hose line as a nozzleman and a couple things that can help us as far as advancing the line and traveling in order to basically save energy so that we can stay in the game a little bit longer and make more of an impact in our firefight. So, with that being said, a couple different types of nozzles that we want to talk about for proper nozzle positioning on the line. One thing that's become quite popular in the fire service is a pistol grip nozzle. The bad thing about pistol grips, and it's all personal preference, but the bad thing about pistol grips is it becomes a crutch once you're tired and you're holding on to the hose line. The hose line will be back here, and this will be almost wedged up against your side, and you will be absorbing, your body is truly absorbing all the nozzle reaction. With that being said though, as I move my pattern around to apply my nozzle or to apply my water stream, which is ceiling, contents, and floor, I now have to move my entire body in order to get all of that done, just like this. Thus, basically absorbing all of my energy. With everything on, the environment as it may be, I am just burning myself out. So, if I put this nozzle off to the side, and we use the nozzle without the pistol grip, I can position myself on a hose line just like so. Hose line about 1.5 feet out in front of me, just far enough so that I can manipulate my pattern and touch my bail, all right? With that being said, that gives me the ease of maneuvering my hose line around, covering ceiling, contents, floor with my stream, and not really even having to move my body much at all right? The other thing that we can do is, to conserve a little energy, is to keep the line underneath our leg, wedged underneath my shin. Two things help us here. The change of direction into the floor and my body weight. So once I open the line, I'm now not fighting any nozzle resistance whatsoever. Along with that, that puts me into a position in which I can travel. Notice the stance that I'm taking. My leg is out in front of me. Most of the weight on my body is backwards. So as I penetrate into the structure, most of my body weight is carried back here. If I discover a weakness in the floor, my foot might drop over steps, my body is not going to carry forward, I have the ability to drop back and avoid that obstruction. So, with that being said, I'll demonstrate the traveling tactic. I would kick my body back, use my leg to pull the line, and I would just move forward, just like this, inching forward, always keeping my body towards the rear. Now, a second ago, we discussed nozzle positioning just prior to my travel. What I want to demonstrate to you now is opening up the nozzle. I want you to pay attention to how the nozzle reaction has an impact on my body. When I keep my hose line locked up here, I'm going to have to combat all of the nozzle reaction that's out in front and that I'm holding on the line. Now, if I shift gears and take this line and put it down underneath my leg, watch how my body doesn't move at all, and I'm not really wrestling with that nozzle reaction. And it allows me just to travel and move up to my next doorway or my next point where I need to darken down the fire. Thanks to Globe Manufacturing for sponsoring. I'm Dan Doyle, and this has been Fire Engineering Training Minutes.